Hello everybody, Princess and Bear here. We're back in Animal Kingdom for something special.
Well, you asked us for it.
You did, and we're here.
So we're gonna do it, do this thing.
Tusker House time.
Tusker House.
It had just reopened this week. It's another restaurant that's gone from buffet to all you care to enjoy, so we're gonna see what that looks like.
I'm excited for some socially distanced Donald Duck.
We do stand Donald Duck on this channel. This is 100% a support Donald channel on YouTube. So we're gonna head inside and hopefully it doesn't turn out like Tuss did.
Be sure to Harambe.
You heard the girl.
All right, and you guys got the text to come back?
Yes. Look at how considerate this is. Lemons and limes. I know most people do lemons, but I like the limes because they're good for your heart and your blood flow. Tell me in the comments, are you a lemon or a lime person for your water? Don't forget to hydrate yourself in this Florida heat. So we have a Kentucky Mule because there's no specialty drinks, there's no Tusker lager. Just, they're like regular drinks that you would get at any Disney Resort hotel. Mulelicious. I give it 4 out of 5 mules. Donkeys. Wrong park.
I'll be honest, but if Disney had all the different copper mugs that they used for the different mules the princess ordered around this resort, she'd probably have me buying them all. And I'd probably give in to her. That's like a good copper mug. With a good handle. Nice and solid. I normally complain about the princess ordering mules. This one I think has a good ginger beer to alcohol ratio. Not what I would order, but I appreciate the fact that they got the residents right. 3 out of 5 plus.
Bear and his smoked turkeys on brand. He also did the same thing I did. This one is a little heavy on the liquid smoke, and it's got a little too much ice, so it's a little watery for me. I'm gonna give this 2 out of 5 liquid smokes. Not the best one.
The tried and true smoked turkey. Usually I get my blackberries sort of like balanced on top here. Minor gripe. I can deal. But I wish I could get like a double tall of this. You know, I agree with the princess. I think it's too much ice. Because it hasn't been very long that it's been sitting here, but it already tastes a little bit watered down. I'm sipping water and then the cocktail. So it's like a smoked turkey light. 2.5 out of 5 plus.
So we have a salad and veggies, I guess. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put the veggies on top of the salad or if I'm supposed to just eat the salad by itself. The salad is already dressed, so there's no tossing of this salad. I guess I'm just gonna put some veggies on top here. And let's see how this little salad sampler goes. There's like a large pieces of onion. You can only get one freaking lettuce. Okay, here we go. The vinaigrette tastes like somebody's like store-bought Italian, but they just applied a little too liberal. Not a huge win. The veggies are quite nice. I might eat the veggies by themselves, but like the dressing and the way that the lettuce is dressed, I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna give this like a 2 out of 5 lettuce leaves.
Like, you can gauge the princess's disappointment and how hard she stabs its food. Let's see some aggressive stabs. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Already, observations. These cucumber slices or zucchini slices or whatever the hell it is are huge for like a bite. I almost feel like you need to like, I don't want to cut up my salad any more than I have to. I've already got it. But look at that. That's a massive piece to put in your mouth. Then you got the tomato. Here we go. It's like damp leaves and tangy vegetables. It's kind of hard to call this a salad. Honestly, for an appetizer, this feels weak. If we weren't paying so much for this meal, I probably wouldn't eat this. 2 out of 5 plus. Definitely below average salad. You could even call it a salad.
The chef was gracious enough to give us our own individual bread service plates. All the bread service here is vegan, and let's be real, people, this is from Sanaa. These sauces are on the Sanaa breadboard. This is on the Sanaa breadboard. I'm gonna start with the hummus. Oh, that's so beautiful. It's so tangy and creamy and amazing. I love that hummus. I want to bathe in that hummus. Just want to like the hummus. Yes. Hummus is a 4 to 5 chickpeas. Now we have Bear's Sauce of Death, the mango chutney. The chef was nice enough to give me Bear's mango chutney. Exactly like the chutney from Sanaa, which is always good. I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 5 mangoes as well. And lastly, we have this beautiful chimichurri style sauce. To you guys. Also takes me back to Sanaa with a nice little kick at the end. That's probably like a 2 out of 10 on the heat scale, maybe a 3 out of 10 if you're like have a super low tolerance for heat. I would give that one probably like a 2 out of 5. The best one is definitely the hummus. And then the bread, which is also vegan, I'm gonna try by itself. It's nice and flaky. Smells like a beautiful roll. Tastes like a beautiful roll. I actually like the bread the best, but I would not dip the bread into any of the sauces. That would just be weird. I feel let's eat the bread and then do the sauces with the pita chips. I like this dish. This is much better than the salad. Overall, I'm gonna give this like an average 3 out of 5 because I feel like most of the stuff I rated a 3.
It does feel as if every bread service you get in Animal Kingdom is a lesser version of Sanaa's bread service. And if you have watched any of our ranking videos or seen a review of Sanaa, there are very few restaurants that we think are better than that one. So we're a bit biased. But you can get bread service in your Animal Kingdom apparently here at Tusker. You get it at No Man's Lounge and Tiffin's. They all seem to be a little bit different. You seem to get the most bread at Tiffin's, more sauces at No Man's Lounge, but the ultimate bread service will always be Sanaa for us. So I'm curious to how this one's going to turn out. 3 sauces compared to like the 10 you get at Sanaa. I'll say it 1,000 times. If you guys haven't been to Sanaa, you're slipping. Let's try this chimichurri first. A little bit more of a spice head. I taste no spice. I wouldn't even rate the spice a 1 out of 10 on a spice scale. The flavor's good, it's punchy. There's a lot of like texture and complexity in the sauce. And it goes well with this little mini wonton. I'm gonna give that a 3.5 out of 5 pops. Then we have this roasted red pepper hummus that they serve at basically every bread service. Nice and thick, as you can see. I love the way they like blend the red pepper in here, so it's like uniform and not just red pepper that you sprinkle on top like you see at store-bought hummus. You definitely get the roasted red pepper flavor out of that. It's a good sauce, but not as good as a chimichurri. Okay, 3 out of 5 plus. As for this bread, nice little roll. I'm gonna put my favorite sauce so far on it. Principle. I'll go and give the crisp. I think they're wonton crisp. It goes 4 out of 5 claws. The bread, okay, 3 out of 5 claws. I'm definitely sad there's so few sauces here. I definitely think they could have done a little bit better with the bread selections themselves. But overall, I give the bread service a 3.5 out of 5 claws. It's still good, even though it's a lesser version of the other ones we've had.
This is the highlight of the vegan offerings. This is an Impossible curry. Honestly, I've never had a curry with alt meat in it. I'm gonna try the curry by itself, and then I'm gonna try it with the rice. I do see some garbanzo beans in here, so that makes me happy. It's seasoned rather well, but like the Impossible meat just falls to mush. So you get like the Impossible aftertaste of like beef with some like garam masala style tasting. There's like a very low burn. I'm gonna say like a 1 out of 10 on the spice scale, but it's there. I don't understand why this curry has Impossible beef in it. It was so unnecessary. If you just put like more veggies, I would have been fine with that. I'm gonna try it with some rice now. Let's see if the rice adds like anything to it. It's beautifully scented jasmine rice. Cooked perfectly. Doesn't help the curry. The curry just leaves me really confused. Because, like I said, I don't usually make curry with alt meats in it. In fact, majority of the time there's no need to, and there definitely isn't a need to in this one. It's probably one of the worst curries that I've had. But it's not horrible, like it's not inedible, it's just not a wow. So I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 5 Impossible cows. It's not impossibly good to put in your mouth. I would rather just like eat the rice and the garbanzo beans. Like this. That's a win. The rice is so well seasoned.
I continue to be amazed by the different ways that Disney is sort of using Impossible meat. Even if some of those ways don't turn out so great. And yes, I'm talking about you, Impossible short rib from the Flower and Garden Festival. But curry is definitely not one of the ways I would have expected them to use that. I've never made like a beef style curry. They do have those, but it's never been high on the list. They have a decent selection of veggies. The garbanzos are a nice touch. Some green in there. Let's see where this curries us. It's a bright curry flavor. It sort of feels like you added hamburger meat to. I think it's maybe because the Impossible meat. Let me just try more of that. The Impossible meat doesn't feel adequately seasoned for the dish. It's in there, but it's like curry with Impossible meat on top of it. And not necessarily a uniform taste for the dish. It's not bad, but it wouldn't be my first choice of curry. I wouldn't say like, as a plant-based dish, you should definitely come here for this. It's not bad, but it's not memorable either. I would give it 2.5 out of 5 points.
So let's continue our rice tour, shall we? Cheers to white rice. add flavors to it when they're cooking the rice. Like you can tell it's flavored water. And it makes a difference. It's delicious rice, but it's still just rice. And I don't have any toppings to put on it. Like I don't have any soy sauce or anything. I just have rice. Which why would I have soy sauce here? That doesn't fit. It's decent rice. I'd probably rate it like 2 out of 5 rice grains. Now let's go in for the veggies. We got green beans, corn, and carrots. This just does not look appetizing. It reminds me like of the like veggie, little mixed veggies that you get at Garden Grill, but not even nearly as good. I would recommend Garden Grill over this. 2 out of 5, of course. Not the greatest. And lastly, potato. Because you boil and mash them, stick them in a stew. Nice crispy chips with a beautiful char. Now that is good. I like the way it's flavored and charred. It's probably like my winning thing. I'm gonna give that one a 4 out of 5 dancing potatoes. It's very well seasoned. That is one thing that Tusker House does have. They season their stuff.
I guess so far about Tusker, what you really have to decide as somebody being plant-based is whether this is enough food for you, honestly. I mean, yes, it's all you care to enjoy. You can order more of whatever you like, but we got a salad, we got bread service, we got a curry with impossible meat, and then this veggie side, which is, so there's some overlap in there. Here have the rice. I like the color. You can definitely tell that these people know how to cook food. One thing I won't say, the music here, complete fire. The fact that you use seasoning in their food, even if it's kind of basic, fire. The rice is rice. The fact that it's seasoned compared to some other places that we've had, I'm willing to give that a 3.5 out of 5 plus. This vegetable medley. I feel like every all you care to enjoy family dining, but just had a vegetable medley. I was hoping for something special here, like something sort of like African spiced vegetable medley, but not holding out hope for that here. It tastes like the vegetables you get out of a can. Boiled. There's pepper on it. It's good, I suppose. But it's still just basic veggies. 2.5 out of 5 plus. Now these potatoes. These potatoes are worthy to get your hands dirty. The color, the char, you can definitely tell they were seasoned. It's like how a wedge should be. Super seasoned outside, a little crispy, soft inside. That's potato. Probably the best part of the vegetable tray. I have that 3.5 out of 5 plus. Seeing the contrasts here, where like we have a shrimp curry, which is I guess the sister dish to the Impossible curry. But like I feel like there's not enough veggies in this one. Whereas like the Impossible curry is like teeming with vegetables. You only have carrots, a little bit of pepper. There's no garbanzo beans in here. I would have liked garbanzo beans in my shrimp. But you get a ton of rice. So I guess if you like rice, just don't fill up on it. You got other food coming. I don't eat very many green curries. I like the flavor profile. It's a little bit sweet. It tastes like it wants to be spicy, but it's maybe like a 1 out of 10 on the spice scale. But it gives the shrimp a nice kick. The rice is very well seasoned, jasmine rice. It's a decent dish. We're gonna give it 2.5 out of 5 claws. It's okay. But again, I wouldn't come here just for this. We're not. We have mac and cheese. I took my magic pills. I don't want to die. And I gotta make it the rest of this review. I will tell you, not that I hate mac and cheese, I love mac and cheese. Before I became lactose intolerant, that was a regular meal for me. My issue is mac and cheese in restaurants that doesn't belong. I feel like every restaurant we've been to that's been family dining has had some sort of mac and cheese dish. And I don't know why. Garden Grill has it, Chef Mickey has it, Tusker House has it. I don't come to Africa for mac and cheese. If I want a mac and cheese, I can make crafts at home. I'd probably die, but I can make it at home. This is super cheesy. So I already took my magic pills, so pray for me. One thing they definitely did not skip on is the cheese. It is super cheesy. Like a kick in the mouth cheesy. Cheesier than crab cheesy. Cheesier than your dad's pickup line cheesy. Cheesier than Mickey and anything that is standard outfit cheesy. But still good. Give that a 3 out of 5 claws. They got mac and cheese right. But I suppose it's hard to run anyway. So this is what happens when you come to a restaurant and it's plant-based and non-plant-based. You get a family-sized portion to yourself. If you're a meat eater, that's great. Not? This is ridiculous. I suppose this is worth it, $55 on its own, if you were to eat all of it, but like, it feels almost wasteful because there's no way in the world I'm able to eat all this food. And they should like portion down the sizes according to like how many people are at the table. And this, even at my hunger, so I couldn't finish this plate. So you get chicken, we have some pork, and then we have some flank steak with some chimichurri, and then I get the same veggies of the princess buried underneath all this meat. If you like your food touching, this is not for you. Let's try the pork first. Looks like a tough little thing. I hope it's not dried out. No, it's juicy. Cuts easy, you don't even need the knife. So it's seasoned. Let's see what we got here. Very tender, well seasoned. Not dried out, not greasy. A little char on the ends, and that's some like almost gamey flavor that pork has. This feels true to the environment that we're in. That 3.5 out of 5 plus. As for the chicken, boom. Skin on roasted chicken, topped with chives. Bone in, so watch out for the bone when you bite into these. Cuts really easy. If you don't eat this with your fingers, you probably don't need a knife for this. Cooked all the way through. Juice is still dripping off of it. It's good. Seasoned all the way through roasted chicken. Like I said, Tusker is definitely not skimping on seasonings on their food. But it is just your roasted chicken. Give that 3 out of 5 claws. Not as good as the pork. Now as for this flank steak with chimichurri, again, I'm feeling like some overlap in these family dining places because I had flank steak with chimichurri at Garden Grill, and I also had flank steak with chimichurri at Chef Mickey. There's not enough differentiation in between these food places to make them unique. Different characters I get, but I also want my food to be themed to the place I'm eating it, or why would I even bother to come into a park when I can go to Chef Mickey? A healthy dose of chimichurri. The flank steak is medium rare, as all steaks should be. It's steak. It's probably the driest of the meat that I wasn't expecting. The least seasoned because it's just like cooked flank steak, and the chimichurri is supposed to make up the flavor. It's not evenly covered. You're not getting as much flavor as you're going to do with your meats. As far as steak go, for me, it's 2.5 out of 5 plus. I'm not in love with it. and I probably eat the least of that. The veggies underneath all this are the exact same ones as the Princess. We talked to the chef, they're plant-based as is. There's really no need for me to go back through that. Overall, I'd give this entire platter a 3 out of 5 claws. There are some good things in here, but they're not really unique. And it's definitely not something that's like, I need to come back to this specific restaurant to eat.
Being so indecisive. Our poor waiter keeps coming and checking on me, and I'm like, am I full? Am I not full? I keep eating the rice because that's really the only good thing, and I purposefully did not eat today so that I could eat all the food. We still have dessert coming, so I should really stop eating the food.
It surprised me that I probably ate more of the pork than anything, but more than the pork, I just dug out like all the rice. Like I've eaten more rice than anything. I think the rice is my favorite thing here. I don't know what that says about the whole meal. I've tried to like eat the beef in different combinations of chimichurri with some of the other meats, and it's still not doing it for me. Not changing my rating.
I couldn't come here without getting a Mai Tai, right? The waiter told me to stir, and I didn't stir. So I got alcohol and not juice. Let me stir. Much better. Oh, less alcohol. It's strong. It'll get the job done. It's a 3 out of 5 pineapples.
I feel like no matter where we go, no matter what we do, the Princess will never stop ordering Mai Tais. Whoever invented this drink, I have words for you. Right now, none of them are nice. We're gonna steal this though. I adore fresh pineapple. Even after stirring it, the alcohol is so strong. I can taste almost nothing else but alcohol and ice. 2 out of 5 points.
It's been a minute since Bear ordered an antioxidant lemonade, and they're not usually this large. Definitely tastes like a very strong lemonade. Is it my jam? Not really. I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 lemons.
So we have this lemonade full of antioxidants. It's good for the skin, I think. This is one of those ones I'll be going to the barbecue today for another one in a couple minutes. I've missed these. I'm glad the Princess doesn't like them. 4 out of 5 glass.
Here we has the beautiful plant-based dessert. Now, these little crunchies we had on top of our flamingo cake at the Mara. And then we have some fresh strawberries and a mountain of chocolatey goodness that I hope isn't bland. This is beautifully plated, even though it's small. Which I'm kind of glad because I ate a little bit too much food already. Let's go ahead and slice the mousse. This does kind of remind me of the flamingo cake a little bit. Alright, full bite. Strawberry is really amazing because it tastes like a chocolate dipped strawberry. But to me, it tastes like a lesser version of the flamingo cake from the Mara. It's good. Like, this is definitely a solid. Hey, Rosie. solid dessert as it is. But again, there are so many other places as you can get better dessert that's plant-based. In Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's really hard to justify the Animal Kingdom food, but it's good. I'll give it like a 3.5 out of 5 vegan chocolates.
Is this supposed to be like the 12th wonder of the world? What are you on, 12 now? 13? Like a pyramid of chocolate with a zebra disc on top. So yeah, we're gonna go with 13th wonder of the world. This nice little zebra disc on top. I just want a small piece to get with that. A little bit of chocolate disc, yes? No? Strawberry? It's harder than it looks, people. It's a really dark chocolate. You know it's plant-based. I guess you would call this it's not really a cake, and it's not really a brownie. It's more of like a shaped mousse than anything. With strawberries, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's the most creative dessert we've ever had, but I'm glad they do at least have a plant-based option that's not strawberry. Like 3 out of 5. How does family style dessert means a ridiculous amount of dessert that Bear doesn't want to eat. The chef came over and brought this over personally, which I appreciate. This is the full family size portion they bring out. So they haven't altered this in any way. He warned me not to try to eat it all. You don't gotta tell me twice because I barely want to eat any of it. But they are cute, I'll give it that. You have this little like bee cake here. A little bee on it, or a grub or whatever. That's a bee, a little bumblebee there. You have this weird looking disc thingy, which looks interesting. And then a cupcake with Mickey ears and leopard print, or some sort of animal print. Cheetah. Let's try this bee cake first. Give me that bee. Remember, kids, be yourself.
My first question is, does it have honey in it?
Maybe a little. But it's like, I thought this was going to be lemon. It's like marshmallow. It's like a marshmallow chocolate cake. Very interesting. If I was going to eat any of them so far, I would definitely eat this one. It's good, I like it. I would eat this whole thing. 4 out of 5.
Would who approve?
Who would approve? He'd want to get his head stuck in an entire jar of these. I have no idea what this thing is. I'm going to assume this is another one of those famous white chocolate discs that Disney loves so much. Put a little bit of that in there. There's no filling. I'm scared of this one. Looks like a lot of weird textures. It's a brownie, but I was right about the textures. Like, this is brownie, this is like crushed nuts, and this is like a very chalky texture. I do not like that. This looks like matcha, and it is. It sort of reminds me of that terrarium dessert that we got from the plant-based booth from Food and Wine, but the execution is terrible. 2 out of 5 plus. That's for this cupcake. Same decorated dark chocolate disc, but I'm going to eat the cupcake in the method the princess taught me. Hopefully I don't regret this or mess this up. It's definitely like a yellow cake cupcake. You tear off the bottom like a savage. Your cupcake is now a sandwich. Yellow cake cupcake with orange icing. If you like cupcakes or Disney cupcakes, you'll probably like this. I'm not a fan. It's way too sweet. 2 out of 5 claws. I'd definitely go with the bee cake as being my favorite. I'd skip these two.
Is it better than the vegan?
The bee cake is better than the vegan. The other two aren't.
One other thing about this dessert, it's not that great without the strawberry. And they only gave you like a small handful of strawberries. So really, I only have like 3 more good bites left until I have to eat all this chocolate by itself. And I'm not looking forward to that. I'm probably not going to finish this.
Tusker House. I was expecting something a little bit more.
I'm going to say this is probably the worst all-you-care-to-enjoy service for the $55
Yes,
experience.
I'm starting to see like a huge similarity with the food. Like it feels like literally Garden Grill, Chef Mickey, and this one have the same food with very little differentiation. I'm fine with you sharing.
Sprinkles.
Hey, I want uniqueness. There are no specialized drinks. Your character experience depends highly upon where you sit.
That was probably my biggest complaint. The fact, like, I appreciate the fact that we got to sit against the wall. I like to be kind of like in the back corner, especially because, you know, we're filming and we don't want to interrupt other people while they're dining and enjoying their experience. But the fact that putting us in the back, you obviously don't get to pick where you sit either, and not being able to interact with characters the way that other people did, having to like sit around the characters, and they ask you as they seat you not to get up from your seat.
Nobody listens
when
to
the characters come. There were some people listening, like us, and then others, of course, with their kids. You know, they push their kids in front of the characters and whatnot. But for us who were following the rules, I feel like we were put at a severe disadvantage, spending $55 for a character dining experience where we really had no opportunity to take pictures with the characters without having like other people or tables or something in our photos.
Yeah. I would say that if you're going to spend money on an all-you-care-to buffet as somebody plant-based or even non-plant-based, all the ones you've been to so far, this is my least favorite. I'd probably go with Garden Grill.
If you're gonna do theme park, I would agree. Garden Grill is definitely the place for a vegan. If you're gonna do resort, I'm gonna say Chef Mickey.
Possibly. I'm still not incredibly in love with Chef Mickey. The food's good.
We'll see.
But it's some of the same food.
Bistro opens soon.
Yes, and we'll be trying that as well. But we want to know, what do you think? Based off what you've seen in this video, would you guys want to visit Tusker House? If you feel like maybe we're being a bit biased or a bit off, by all means, let us know in the comments. If there's any other all-you-care-to-enjoy you'd like to see us try, that's going to be a place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
And we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
And like this video. Boop. Thank you.
Do you want a plate to replace this plate?
I think I'm just gonna eat out of the containers like a savage.